So I just want to preface this video by saying that I'm not only talking about how I overcame psychosis, but I'm also talking about how I overcame the effects or the side effects of antipsychotic medication. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Project After the Storm, and today I'm going to be talking about what helped me to be able to overcome psychosis. So I do want to say right off the bat, the recovery from psychosis is possible. You can improve, you can get better, and through the things I'm going to list, these are the ways that helped me to get better. This is how I got better, and I'm going to share that with you guys. So a little bit of background. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder about 4 years ago. I was hospitalized about 4 years ago at the same time. And I came out still going through a little bit of psychosis, still having a small piece of the psychosis that I went into the hospital with. So I'm going to be talking about the things that helped me improve that. So, or really overcome that. That's where I'm at today. I have overcome my psychosis. And the first thing is going to be exercise and routine. So exercise is very, very important when you're dealing with any mental health issues or any mental health challenges. Exercise is going to be very important. Routine as well. So if you can make a routine for your exercise, that is ideal. That is great. For me, what I did is I did a lot of biking and I did a lot of running. So I did that at least 2 or 3 times a week. And I would set days for myself, go out, run, take a couple days off, go out, run, or go out, bike. And I alternated bike some days, run some days. And I do that, like I said, at least 2 or 3 times a week. And it helped me. It gave me something to focus on. It gave my body a sense of kind of release of energy because I was kind of camped up in the house. Not a lot, but I was camped up in the house a little bit. And it gave my body a sense of release energy. It gave my body something that it was working at, and that helped me, I believe. So if you can bike, run, do something outside, ideally. If you can't do something outside, I would say squats, push-ups, plank holds, all that stuff inside the house. That's great. Just focus on that stuff if you can't go outside. But if you can go outside, run, bike if you have a bike. That was really good for me. I would highly recommend that. The second thing would be volunteering. For me, I volunteered at a farm, and that also gave me something to focus on. During when I first came out of the hospital, I was in a very hard place. I was in a very low place, and my thoughts were very negative a lot of the time. They were very sad, and I felt kind of hopeless. And by going to the farm and volunteering, I felt, which my mom had actually encouraged me to do, but by doing that, I felt better. I felt like I was doing something. I was focusing on something else, and it helped me to be able to improve. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity to be able to volunteer there. I would recommend finding anywhere you can volunteer that has any sort of sense of interest to you, and trying to volunteer there as long as you have transportation to get there, safe transportation to get there. So that's what I recommend with volunteering. The third thing would be the support of my family and the support of my girlfriend. My family and my girlfriend, now she's my wife, but at the time she was my girlfriend, those were crucial to me. Like having their support, being able to come to them when I felt low, being able to come to them when I felt like I was going through something, it helped me a lot. So I would be able to talk to them daily. I talked to my girlfriend daily, even though she was living in a different state. I talked to her daily, and it was hugely motivating, and by talking to her, and also just encouraging. Same thing with my family, very encouraging to be able to talk to my family and have their support. I'm thankful for all of them. And the next thing would be actually you, or in my case, me, taking the initiative to talk to my family, not just them supporting me, but me taking the initiative to talk to them and to also socialize with other people. This is big because when you're on, or at least for me, when I was on a lot of antipsychotic medication, things like that, it made it difficult for me to have the desire to socialize. Like I didn't feel as much joy socializing like I used to, and because my dopamine in my brain wasn't, I believe, working correctly. It wasn't working correctly, and when I actually made the effort to socialize, when I made the effort to talk to my family, it helped things. Like I felt like I was building a muscle, like I was getting better. So I would definitely recommend making an effort in socializing, in talking to family, especially if you don't have a lot of people around there for you. You're gonna need to be the one to make the effort to talk to people. So the next one is gonna be writing goals consistently. So what I did is I was writing goals as a recommendation of my therapist. He told me write down goals, and have things that you want to do in the future, you want to have in the future, and just write them down. And I did that, and I felt like it manifested something. I felt like it improved my future, because here I am today in a much better spot with a lot of those things. So I'm grateful for that. Writing down goals, or writing in general, is going to be very uplifting, I believe. So the next thing is going to be learning. Learning, that's definitely something I did. I was learning computer stuff. I was learning IT stuff. I was learning Linux administration. I was learning CompTIA+. At the beginning, I started with Linux administration. It was kind of a little bit difficult for me. I still pushed through it, still solved the problems that I faced and things like that. But at that point, I was on more medication, and my brain was a little bit more foggy, and it was harder for me to focus on that. But when I got to the CompTIA+ stuff later, it was a little bit easier for me, and I was able to focus on it a little bit better. So also, I enjoyed the material of the CompTIA+ stuff more. I feel like I learned about more things that interested me. So like I said, I would recommend finding something to be able to learn. It doesn't have to be computers. It can be anything. Learning about animals, learning about the world around you, learning about some skill that you want to acquire. Anything. Just learning is going to help you stay focused. It's going to help your brain stay sharper. I would really recommend it. Eating healthy is another thing. For example, with eating healthy, avoiding processed foods is going to be a great thing you can do. Avoiding processed foods is going to be really good for your brain. And if you can avoid processed foods, try and avoid excess sugar, because when I was in the hospital, I was drinking a lot of soda, for example, and it made me anxious. It made me anxious from drinking all the sugar. So I would avoid excess sugar, and I would try to take in high intake of fruit. That's what I was doing when I was going through my recovery. So also, my psychiatrist had lowered my medications, which had helped me a lot, because it helped me feel more clear in my mind, helped me feel more emotions, because my emotions were pretty blocked when I was on a lot of the medications. So it helped me feel more emotions, helped me be able to focus better, helped me be able to connect with people better, and helped me to be able to be a little bit quicker in my actions too, a little bit quicker in my thinking. So I really appreciate my psychiatrist working with me and lowering my meds. Before you consider lowering your medication, or before you start thinking about it too deeply, you really need to talk to your psychiatrist before you make any changes to your medication, because he or she is gonna be the one to help to guide you. They are gonna be the one to help to guide you, and that's really what you need. You need someone, a psychiatrist, to be able to help guide you what to do with your medication management. So that's what you need. Another thing would have been, or was, moving out on my own again, or this time with my wife, moving in with my wife, having our own place together, having that sense of independence. It really does help. It helps you be able to feel like you are independent, be able to feel better about yourself, be able to feel like just more independent, more freedom, more air to breathe. Like it's better. It's better. That's at least in my case, and yeah, I'm grateful for that. I would say don't rush that step. It's better when you're ready, only when you're ready. If you're not ready to be living on your own, do not rush it, do not do it. When you feel 100% ready, and you have the motivation, or the readiness to do it, really the readiness to do it, then you can start going for it. But until you feel 110% ready, do not go for it. Please, just we have people to help us for a reason, and as long as they're there to be able to help us, and we feel that we need them in any sense, it's best to stick close to them. That's my advice. The next thing would have been, the last thing is finding joy again. Finding joy in the little things, finding joy in conversations with my family, conversations with my wife, spending time with my wife. The little things, finding joy again. Even playing video games and being able to feel joy again from the video games. That was deep for me, and because I didn't feel joy from the video games for a long time, because of anhedonia from the medications, or I believe from the medications. And just feeling joy from the little things is huge. It's huge. So with that being said, guys, that's everything I wanted to go over. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll be putting them out soon. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.